Welcome to the NewsHour. Election Day is officially 1 week away, and both candidates are racing to get their final messaging out to voters.
Vice President Kamala Harris is delivering a major speech in Washington, D.C. tonight. But we start in Florida, where former President Donald Trump held an event today featuring several guests. Lisa Desjardins has our report.
At Mar-a-Lago this morning, former President Trump laid out 3 closing issues by calling up 3 Americans affected by them.
Homeland Security did not do their job.
A mother whose daughter was killed by an undocumented immigrant.
The cost of doing business now is 2, 3, or 4 times what it was just a few years ago.
A man who said inflation is harming his dry cleaning business.
Her story isn't unique to our family.
And a woman whose daughter-in-law was killed during the 2021 Afghanistan withdrawal. The event was billed as a press conference, but Trump took no questions. Instead, he went on attack, repeatedly flipping some criticisms of him as instead about Kamala Harris.
And she's running on a campaign of demoralization and really a campaign of destruction. But really, perhaps more than anything else, it's a campaign of hate.
Trump's team is still trying to repair political damage from his rally at New York's Madison Square Garden Sunday, where other speakers made headlines for racist and sexist remarks. Today, Trump called the event a love fest.
I don't think anybody has ever seen anything like what happened the other night at Madison Square Garden. The love in that room. It was breathtaking.
Perhaps the most infamous moment was when comedian Tony Hinchcliffe called Puerto Rico
a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now.
At an afternoon town hall in a Philadelphia suburb, Trump defended his record.
I think no president's done more for Puerto Rico than I have.
As President Trump ultimately released billions of dollars in aid for Puerto Rico, but only years after it was hit by 2 hurricanes, he initially pushed back against the aid and angrily tweeted about the island. The former president will hold a rally tonight in Allentown, Pennsylvania, home to one of the largest Puerto Rican communities in the must-win state. In Saginaw, Michigan, Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, also defended the rally, saying Democrats who attacked it are attacking the voters who were there.
We had this incredible rally, over 100,000 people at Madison Square Garden in New York City. It was an incredible thing.
On the other side of the aisle, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz held a Get Out the Vote early rally in Savannah, Georgia this afternoon.
Kamala says it, when we fight, we win. Right now it's when we vote. We win. Let's win this, Georgia. Let's go.
Meanwhile, Harris has been driving home a message about the dangers of a second Trump presidency, including in Ann Arbor, Michigan last night.
So much is on the line in this election, and this is not 2016 or 2020. We can all see that Donald Trump is even more unstable and more unhinged, and now he wants unchecked power. And this time, there will be no one there to stop him.
Tonight, Harris makes her closing argument speech on the National Mall's Ellipse. It's the same place then President Trump held his January 6, 2021 Stop the Steal rally.
We fight like hell, and if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Which sparked the insurrection and violent assaults at the U.S. Capitol by Trump supporters. Harris and Trump are both carefully choosing their messages as the election whittles down to days. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Lisa Desjardins.